I'm always excited to hear some new songs from Poppy. This time, though, there's two songs released on the same day, Crystallized and The Cost of Giving Up. What's wild is I found out that these were released when Jordan Fish told me that they'd been released last night at the House of Protection gig in London, which was a pretty wild moment for me. More on that later when I do a full gig review. Hopefully I can get that online tomorrow or the next day. But anyway, we're here for Poppy right now. All I know from Jordan is that these two songs are a little bit different from each other. I don't know which one's which. I don't know what to expect. So we're going to start with Crystallized. It's 3 minutes long. And go. Alrighty. Jaunty synthwave. Very cool harmony here. Very nice. Catchy repetition. Sure, of course. I assume they vary it later. Harmony, man. Such a clean mix. Oh, this is great, man. Driving in your car kind of music. There we go. Extended chorus. Got some digital vocal effects on it.
I'll never be alone again. I was talking to Kitty, seldom broken and bored. I was praying to God, make me happy.
Just drums and a tone.
Be adored. Heard his voice on the speakers. Okay. I knew he was my cure. It was then I swore
digital drums.
Never
808 style. The drums aren't that abrasive. They just do enough. Punch through. It's quite different from the other releases, which I like. Tone is twisted downwards here. For a second there, I thought it was a really straight-laced Poppy song, but of course, there's a little twist to it. Okay. Well, that was a delight. A very neat... I'm just looking at my face there. A very neat song. You know, quite tidy, straightforward. You had your intro, you had your verse, you had your chorus. You had your verse, you had your extended chorus, you had a bridge, you had the final extended chorus, with then an unusual change of tone at the end there. Catchy, melodically satisfying, lovely harmonies within it as well. All digital kind of drums, sort of that synth-wavy 80s vibe to it, kind of a pop rock song, which I'm totally here for. I like that it's a little bit different from what came before, which is a fucking slapping, heavy rock song, which I really dug. Enjoying the variety there. That was a lovely song. If I were to rate that real quick, I mean, to be honest, I found it delicious because I liked the sounds within it. It was quite satisfying. I can imagine I wanted to hear that a bunch of times. I think objectively, it's probably like a solid plus song itself. Didn't develop in any wildly interesting ways, but it wasn't trying to. Like, it had its own purpose, and I think it nailed for what that was very well. I really enjoyed that. Next up is The Cost of Giving Up. Let's see what this one's like. And go.
Today's a shade of disbelief. Inflict the shame you sent to me. I can't
Okay, we've got more acoustic sounding drums here.
So is this what it feels like? Breaking from the inside all the time. Tell me what's the cost of giving up?
That's fucking catchy.
Does it feel like help will never come? Maybe I'm the one I'm running from. It's too much to carry. It's all getting heavy. Lift me up.
There's a bit of heat to that guitar tone. Subtle bit, just enough.
It burrows like a summer tick. Embeds itself to make me sick.
There's a great amount of punch to the drums here, and the distorted guitar stabs as well. So decent amount of autotune on this, but that's kind of her effect. More of a stylistic choice. Yeah, it's real catchy. Got a subtle harmony to it. Nice. Lovely. Okay.
What's the cost of giving up? Why does it feel like help will never come? Maybe I'm the one
Love that it's a developed chorus in a different way. Ah, the snare. Got some lovely low end to this. Gives it a bit of beef. I love that little gap there. I don't know that I've heard her scream that low before. Just that last one. That was nice. I do love the sound of her scream vocal. I think it's great. But I don't remember her going that deep ever before. Maybe she's been learning some new tricks. So that one, I suppose, is a bit more of the, I expected. So the metalcore thing that she's doing, was it New Way Out was also kind of in that realm, where like that should do well on rock radio stations and the rest. But add a bit of heat to it in the bridgey breakdown after the second chorus, and then that little PS at the end there of the song. But great, it's catchy, it's intriguing, and it has some interesting layers to it, especially when it went into the final chorus. Initially, it was arranged in a different way. It wasn't the full heat of acoustic drums and guitars. It was almost like, I guess it was probably some kind of synthesizer or a keyboardy thing, but it sort of sounded like xylophone. Unusual, almost unsettling sort of tones to that as she sang the vocal melody over the top, and then the snare of the main drum builds back into the whole hit there. But another fucking good song. Like, I'm really looking forward to this whole album. It looks like it's out on the 15th of November. There's a bit of variety there. There's surprising heat from 2 songs ago, which I really dug. You got this one, and I think it was New Way Out. A bit more down the middle, but so well executed and well written. They're catchy, they're satisfying. There's a little bit of intrigue here and there. And I liked that Crystallized was something a little bit different as well. Because you don't necessarily want a full album of just the same sort of metalcore sort of vibes. You want to have a little bit of palate cleansers along the way, and that hints at hopefully some other different variety moments throughout that record. But Poppy, for me, has been an artist I've enjoyed for many, many years. Initially from the chaos that came from the I Disagree album, but also enjoyed some of the pop stuff before that. There's some really catchy and well-written songs in that era. Went along a more hard rock, more straight-laced bits and pieces for a while. A couple of great songs in there. But she seems somehow to have matured into a well-rounded artist that has appeal on a wider scale, which is no bad thing. Get more people into the heavy stuff, but also packs the heat as and when it's needed or interesting for a song to do. I really dig it. That song, which was called, hang on, let me find the other tab, The Cost of Giving Up. I think probably, if I'm being objective about it, is probably also, ooh, fuck, it's right on the edge for me. It's like a high, solid, low, delicious. Oh, like it's not doing anything wildly different, but what I really respect about it, it is holding itself back in some ways from going full tilt, which she's done on other songs. So it doesn't need every song to have that necessarily. It was a very well written song, this one. Probably because I like Poppy. I like what she's doing, even though I'm generally not a fan of autotune and vocal effects. But somehow, because she established that really early on in her career, it's become a bit of her sound that I can accept. And the melodies were catchy, bit of heat. I'm gonna say that is a high solid of a song. And I think Crystallized is the same. But I loved them. Like, I'm looking forward to listening to them again. And I'm looking forward to the albums especially. And it might be that they grow on me. You know, on first listen, it's very... There's a lot of expected moments within that. Except for the gaps in that last song I really enjoyed. Those are kind of lovely little false drops. I think High Solid, they're good songs. I like them. And as a fan of her music, I'm delighted that both of those were very satisfying in different ways. It's very cool to have them both released at the same time as well. Because if you just had The Cost of Giving Up, you're like, all right, maybe this is a lot like New Way Out. But the Crystallized adds another flavor to what's coming up in this recent, slew of singles leading up to the album. So cool. I'm looking forward to hearing them again. They were very nice indeed.